and remove your dosa. So today I am going to make neer dosa and chicken gussi Mangalorean style, and it's looking so beautiful along with the fried onions. So the onions, take a look at this. This is how it should look. It should have soup. This is my favorite dish. See, such nets should start coming when you pour the dosa. Next time you all want me to make any recipe of your choice, please comment down. Saute the chicken for some time in the cooker. So chicken gussi has always been my favorite, and neer dosa is really yum. It really melts in the mouth. So first we will start making the chicken gussi. For that we have to have coconut milk. So it was not available in the market. Normally I buy it ready-made from the market, but today I did not get it. So I decided to make coconut milk right from scratch. So for that I need only a small quantity of coconut milk. So for that I will grind just a small bowl of coconut, grated coconut. So to this I'll have to add 1 cup of warm water, and I will have to grind it. So look at this, I blended the coconut, the grated coconut, with just a cup of warm water, and this is the first extract of coconut milk which I've got. So I'll have to just squeeze this out with my hands like this, and keep the coconut aside, the squeezed coconut. So this is the process of extracting coconut milk. So again, if you blend it with the same coconut, if you blend it with another cup of water, then that will be the second extract. So the first extract of coconut milk, so this is the first extract of coconut milk. So this is always very thick. So this is always thick and sweet, more sweeter than the second and third extract. So when you make the second and third extract, you should not mix it with the first extract normally. Okay, so this is just a tip which I am giving you, but right now we just need only this much coconut milk to add to our gravy in the end. Okay, so this we will prepare right in the beginning, or if you have ready-made coconut milk which is available in the market, so you can even get that. So right now I have taken the first extract of coconut milk, that is roughly 1.5 cup of coconut milk. So now further we'll proceed to make the masala for the chicken gussi. So now see, we should always remove all the masalas right in the beginning itself, so we don't miss out anything, and everything is sorted. In a sorted way you should start preparing your masalas. So we have here a few curry leaves, around 7 to 8 pods of garlic and ginger. This is a 1-inch ginger and 7 to 8 pods of garlic peeled. These are peppercorns, so few peppercorns, 3 cardamoms. This is 1 ball of tamarind. This is cumin seeds or jeera seeds. This is cumin, okay, jeera seeds. And this is coriander seeds or dhania seeds. This is 1 bedgi chili, which is a chili which gives color to the entire curry. It gives a good red color, but it is not very spicy in taste, but it gives a good red color to the curry. And this is 4 Kashmiri chilies, which gives the spiciness, the hotness to the gravy. And we have 1 green chili over here. So these are our masalas. We have to remove all this initially itself and be sorted about it. So 2 more ingredients which are additional, that is, these are poppy seeds over here, poppy seeds. Or khaskhas, which we call. This is optional. If you don't have it, it's okay if you don't put it. And this is fenugreek seeds or methi seeds over here. Fenugreek seeds or methi seeds, which is also optional. But if you have it, then add it into your masala. It will give a very good taste to your masala. You should also have 1 big roughly chopped onion like this, or 2 medium-sized chopped onions. If you don't have a big onion, you should chop 2 medium-sized onions. So 1 cup of grated coconut. And we'll start heating the pan. So this masala we are frying to grind it into a paste. So we'll put 1 teaspoon of clarified butter or ghee into this. If you fry these masalas with ghee, it will give a very good flavor, very good fragrance. So first goes the chopped onions. So the onions are always put first because it takes a longer time to fry. So we will start frying our chopped onions. If we cover it and fry, it will fry a little bit faster. So we'll do that. So as soon as a little bit of flavor starts emitting from this, we will start adding our coconut. So all the entire coconut goes in, and one by one keep on adding all the masalas. Next goes the coriander seeds, then the cumin seeds, your ball of tamarind, Kashmiri chilies, Bedgi chilies, your garlic and ginger, your green chili. Just give it a mix. It should not burn. This masala should not burn. So always be careful with the flame. See to it that the flame is in a medium, and keep stirring it. That is the main thing. You have to keep stirring it so that it doesn't get overburned or over fried. So all your poppy seeds, peppercorns and cardamom, your 3 cardamoms. Next goes your fenugreek seeds or methi seeds and your curry leaves or curry patta. I'll cover it and let it fry now. So take a look now, my masala is almost ready. It is ready for blending. So I'll have to cool it down for a while and then blend it. So see, the masala should be fried like this. This should be the color of the masala. It should not be too much burnt, okay? It should not be too much, black or dark brown in color. It should be like this, a little bit of translucent onions, and the coconut should turn a little bit brown till that time. So roughly for 7 minutes I sauteed it with the lid closed. So when the lid is closed, it happens a little bit more faster. So but never keep the flame on a high while doing this. So we have added all the masalas into this, and we are going to start blending it with 1 cup of water. We'll just add 1 teaspoon of turmeric into this for some color, and we'll add just half a cup of water, and little by little you should add water and keep blending it. So now our masalas have been ground to a very fine paste. Look at this. The paste should look like this. It should be very finely grinded. So I have taken a pressure cooker. In the pressure cooker, the cooking process is always much faster. So cooking on a pressure cooker will speed up your cooking. And very quickly your chicken gassi, the chicken curry, will be ready in no time, just in another 3 to 4 whistles. So see, I'll be adding 1 big spoon, 1 big ladle of ghee into this, into my cooker. Now I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of oil into this, vegetable oil. Now I have these finely chopped onions. So finely chopped onions and finely chopped tomatoes, small tomato, 1 small onion, and I have a few cloves and 1-inch cinnamon stick over here. So I'll add this cinnamon stick and cloves into my pot, into my pressure cooker. Now to this I'll add 1 kg curry cut chicken. So I have washed and drained all the water from this, and I'll be adding this. Saute the chicken for some time in the cooker till the chicken turns a little bit of whitish in color. At this stage we'll add our onions. Next goes 1 small tomato. The fragrance is amazing. Now at this stage we will add our paste, our ground, blended masala paste. Now at this stage, if you want your curry to be a little bit more spicier, you can just taste the masala and see if it's according to your taste. So if it is less spicy, you can just add 1 teaspoon or as much as you want it spicier. I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of chili powder, paprika powder to this, and I'll add salt to taste. So till now we have not added salt to any of our gravy, masala or anything. During the blending process also we have not added any salt. So now we'll add all the salt to this. So look at this, our masala has started boiling away, and little bit of oil has started showing up over here, if you can see it. So at this stage we'll in the blender in which we had blended the masalas, we'll add just 1 cup of water and put it inside this. You can check the salt if it is proper, or you can add it later on also once the gravy is done. We'll add big chunks of potatoes. So in Mangalorean dishes, without potatoes it won't do. So we always add potatoes in our Mangalorean dishes because they really taste amazing with the chicken curry, and it goes very well. And without potatoes, actually in our family we really love potatoes in our chicken curry. So we have added the potatoes. Now we'll close the lid of the cooker and we'll let it cook for around 3 whistles. Now we will start making our neer dosa. So for neer dosa we have already soaked around 2.5 cups of normal rice, the normal rice which we eat, not the boiled rice. So 2.5 cup of normal rice. We have soaked it for around 2 hours. Not much. This is an instant kind of a dosa. So along with only this much water which I had put just now, we'll just blend it. Don't in the initial stage don't put too much water. We'll add water later on. To the blender we'll add 1 teaspoon of salt to taste, and a little bit 1 cup of coconut, grated coconut. Just 1 cup of grated coconut we'll add into this. So while blending, as and when you feel it's required, you can keep on adding little bit of water to your rice paste which you are creating right now for the neer dosa, and you can continue blending till you get a really smooth paste out of it. Now look at this, our rice has been ground into a really smooth paste. Just take a look at this, it has become really soft. It's really smooth. So this is the texture you should be looking for. Rice batter into a bigger bowl like this. So I'll have to add water to this now and make it again into a more smoother, watery, like a buttermilk texture. So it should look like buttermilk. See, look at this. And because of the coconut added to it, it has these small bubbles are forming because of the coconut added to it. So no fermentation is done for this dosa, and it is just made instantly. So this is the most instant dosa. Whenever you feel like making it in the morning, you can just soak rice for just half an hour to 1 hour minimum, and you can start making your batter. So we have our pan ready on the stove to make dosas. So let the pan heat properly first. Let it heat completely, very well. So you have seen the texture of our batter, so you know how it looks. We'll just brush it with a little ghee, clarified butter that is, around it like this. And we'll take 1 ladle full of the dosa batter which we just made and pour it like this, around it like this. And again just put a little ghee around it. It should look like a handkerchief, it should be very soft. And we'll cover the pan like this and let it cook for some time, for around 2 to 3 minutes. Now you'll see the sides coming out like this. So when the sides start coming out, you have to just fold it up and remove your dosa onto a plate like this. See, such nets should start coming when you pour the dosa. It should be that watery. Just put a little bit of ghee around the corners like this. So the ghee, we can put oil also. The ghee gives a lot of fragrance because we have made even the chicken with ghee. So everything, if everything is made out of ghee, it gives a lot of fragrance. So yet another dosa is done over here. Now take a look, I'll open the cooker and look at this. Our chicken gassi is ready. So now there is one more step which we have not done, and I'll show you what to do. We will be now adding the coconut milk which we had prepared into this, and this gives a really sweet, delicate, soft taste to this. And we'll just start boiling it for some time. In my case, the salt is perfect. I don't have to add anything else into this. Now there is one more thing left to do. And, to this I have added 1 teaspoon of oil, and I'll add 1 teaspoon of ghee to this. That is clarified butter. And I have one small, roughly long chopped onion. So I'll be adding all these onions to this. So this will be I'll have to make this very brown in color. These onions should become really brown in color, and I'll add all this into my chicken gravy. So look at this, I have taken it out on a serving bowl, and I have added all the tempering of all the onions into this, and my chicken gassi is ready. Look at it, it's looking so beautiful along with the fried onion. So the onion should look like this. It should be completely brown in color, and the tempering, after the tempering, it tastes really wonderful. So have it along with neer dosas or with some ghee rice or steamed rice or idlis also. You can have this with idlis also. Look, our chicken gravy is ready. Look at the color, it's so red, so beautiful. I have even chopped some onions and tomatoes and made a salad out of it, and look at all our lacy and beautiful soft neer dosas. They are looking so good. Look at the texture, they are looking amazing. Just take a look at this. This is how it should look. It should have so many holes in it. So I'll just serve some dosas for myself, and I'll take some gravy. Make this for yourself and have it immediately. It's really amazing. It's really tasty.
Hey, hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up quickly. Subscribe to my channel and stay connected. Share with your family and friends. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Until next time, keep it simple, simply city.